This is a South Australian Footballer TV presentation. Adelaide's #1 local football media team. Gold sponsor, South Wales Demons Football Club. Silver sponsors, Australian Gas Networks, the best energy source for your home. Ray White Northeast, Valley View, South Australia. Bronze sponsors, Big Screen Video, MERS, Mediation and Employment Relationship Services. Mackay Business Services. Rewards International. This video was filmed and edited by Payneham.
Right now, huge contingent of Payneham supporters there, just breaking from the huddle. And were you at the huddle, Bernie? What did Justin Machado? What was the message? Because could be the most important message he ever gives.
Part of his message was that just fundamental, basic errors at the wrong times in that quarter. But emphasised, if that's the scoring end, I hope it is, boys, because we're going to need that, and let's go for it. And he said front and centre, push the ball forward, and let's just, run it out now. That's all they can do. So,
Look, clean hands, it will set up so many plays, and you cannot miss tackles at this level. And look, in the second quarter, Payneham missed tackles, and they weren't strong at ground level. It turned around in that quarter, and thus they were rewarded on the scoreboard. Look, the reason why I can't see Gully winning, and they could, but I don't think it is at the end of the day, it is 26 scoring shots to 13. So Payneham have been able to create opportunities. Even in that second quarter where they neutralised them a bit, they still had 6 scoring shots.
No change in that back half. It's still Kowalik on Langford.
Yes, so in the middle it's Hansen, Brinoli, Giannini and Allegio against
Tiggerman at centre-half forward for the Gullies, just as a quick mention there. Gullies standard there. There's Dylan Showmakers. I've jumped on him pretty quickly.
Yep.
You got Stenny's moved in there now, Johnny Birkin and Alex McKay.
So 18 minutes in at Theberton. It's Henley by 7 points. Henley by 7 points.
Here we go, Gullies from the first clearance. Quick kick marked. Short kick, though, immediately wrapped up and we'll have a secondary ball up. And Luke Hosey, you are the worst timekeeper in the world. You've missed the clock all 4 quarters, haven't you?
Yeah, I know.
Never mind. We've only missed about 30 seconds there. As the ball won, no ruckman gets a tap to it. Zach McKay comes flying in. He's quickly tackled and we'll have another ball up. Just 4 to centre for the Gullies.
See, straight away you can see that Payneham just do not want to relinquish this lead. They're almost man on man, really tight here. You watch the way they'll jump on the ball here.
Payneham must continue to score, though. I don't think they can defend the lead. They've got to score. But they are capable. So, of course, as the ball comes down, quick kick. One out there. Beautifully done by Jamison Bauer. Liam Davis goes with a go-go gadget arm, wins the ball back. He's tackled, and we'll have a ball up about 75 metres out directly in front of Payneham
Nathan
goals.
Cox, I reckon he's had a really good day today on Liam Davis.
And I like this move. Nick Jolly deep down to full forward. Langford 30 metres out from goal. That's the setup I like to see. Yep. Hansen wins the tap. Matty Nye hasn't got into it today, but Hansel has lately. Nye now fumbles the ball. One back by T-Tree Gully. Quick, strong tackle. He wrestles there, Haggard. That's classic Haggard, isn't it?
It's either that or you isolate Langford inside 50 on his own.
Yep.
Yeah, they are looking dangerous if it comes out of here, that's for sure. I don't think we can match up there. Here's the chance now. Payneham get the ball. They bustle it forward. There's that
Brinoli.
quick kick we talked about. There's players there, and we just called it. Yep. You could just see it a mile off.
So what happened there, for those of you that are listening on Mixler or not at the ground, Jolly held Sandico out, body to body. Sandico focusing on Jolly. It allows Langford to float across. He's a very clever footballer, and that's Jolly again. It's team for him. He'll do what he needs to do. Langford lining up 25 metres out on a not too acute angle. Should put this through.
I said against Port Districts.
He has kicked a goal. That's 6 for Langford and 12 for Payneham and a 34-point lead. A huge turnaround considering Gullies had a 9-point lead late in the second quarter.
I said after the game against Districts he was the biggest in for Payneham all year because it just gives them more flexibility out forward with Reed Tools. When he come back in round 18, that was just a huge get. Yeah.
Yes, well, it's far from done here yet. Gullies will keep going. There's still plenty to offer. If they kick one, Gullies, they'll get some belief and anything can happen from there.
Starting to get away from a little bit there now.
Oh, look, he's certainly been the difference, that's for sure, and it's hard to match up on. We haven't got the depth back there to match up on. Payneham take the ball forward again. Giannini kicks it onto his left boot.
To Nye. Nye tackled immediately. Good tackle there. And haven't you just jumped back on the Payneham train, Hosey? You're off him. They haven't kicked straight. It's going to bite him. I'm getting text messages that you're a prick.
Being honest. I'm here as a neutral observer. I'm not here for either side.
Yeah, Sanzo pushes the ball out of bounds. Right
the people that are texting in are all Payneham supporters who want to hear how good Payneham are, don't they?
A bit of argy-bargy around
Dylan
the
Shellmaker's getting a bit of attention. He was being scragged there. The umpire didn't pick it up, didn't like it. Blake Penny gets the ball tapped down. Can't half volley that. Giannini there.
Tries a drop kick, I reckon, and he's tackled straight away, right on the point of the square, 80 metres out, and we'll have another ball up. And this just plays into Payneham's hands.
Well, the change is on. Huggy's gone back onto Longford. Hamish Kowalik's come up on the ball here. He's around the ball now, but and they've got Doc on the big situation. So the change is on.
But Haggard's not big enough either.
He's still not big enough. He's probably a bit more tougher at the body, so that can be a help. But if it goes into the air, you can forget it.
Penny, good tap. One down. Teacher Gully might come out of it. Brinoli with strength rips it in and says, no, you're not going anywhere. You tackle me. We'll have another ball up and we'll waste another 30 seconds. Thanks. Ball up here. Umpire, just ball it up, mate. And he does.
I thought Chrissy Four all day would be ideal, but hasn't happened.
Ball spills towards Payneham's goal, but running back onto it well there.
Josh Schilling kicks the ball to the centre wing. Cam Tiggerman's going to be flying in this. Goes back with the ball. Jumps on him. The ball comes free. Payneham kick it out. No, it doesn't. Comes to Zach McKay. Gets it to Tiggerman's hands again on the centre wing. He's swung around. Matty Hallandale's ball was smothered. Payneham go to clear again now through Mackie Haynes. He's pushed it out the back. Oh, big solid hit there from Zaggy McKay. Free kick goes on.
Payneham will go now.
The young fella from Jonathan Bauer. He kicks it out wide now to
Seymour. It was to Allegio.
Allegio
through half forward to Jolly. The big situation. He marks the ball 48 metres out directly in front. Beautiful play there by the young fella. Just rode the high hit, Jamo Bauer.
He did.
Went inboard to Seymour. Seymour with a right foot release kick that's gone 50 metres. Johnny Giannini just coming off for a well-earned rest. No one ready to take his place. Strato Agarostis says, have us. Yes, I go, mate.
Cameron Tiggerman rolling forward hasn't worked today either, Ben.
Jolly from 55. Jolly from 55, and I'll tell you what, he makes some mockery of that breeze. He's missed it, but gee whiz, he can kick a long ball, that Nick Jolly.
The ball stays kicked, that's for sure, with the jobster. But look, they probably did a couple of things with Cam. They probably could have, maybe even given him a chance on Longford at one stage, mate. I don't know, but he certainly got the height and pace to worry someone. But Huggy kicks the ball. It's a nice kick from Huggy. It's almost gone to the centre, looking for Trent Melville, but the big fella Jay Hansen just
takes a good mark.
Back and mark.
You can see why Justin did it. They were looking for more avenues at goal, things like that.
He's kicked it straight at the clouds. It's gone high. Ball spills. Teacher Gully should come out. They will. Personos. He's been quiet in the second half, and he kicks it straight back to Mackie Haynes on the centre wing. Mac Haynes, he'll reload. He kicks short, and he finds. Looks like Pinchy Donahue to me. Can't tell. A long way away from here. Sorry, boys. Carry on.
Don't like Pete Personos' body language. He's just kicked that ball, and he's standing there. He's not even bothering to pick up a man. He's just walking back there and going, I'll just stand here.
Forward. Davis flies, ball spills. It's McKay back there in the last line, and McKay and Baller rush through from behind, and that, importantly for Payneham, makes it 36 points.
Are you saying that's a resignation on his face sort of thing?
I just don't like the body language. I mean, be about to get a man, block a hole, don't just stand there.
Yep. Ball kick in, good kick in there, right to the light pole. No, it's out on the full. I thought it was centimetre perfect to Zach McKay, and it's a free kick to Payneham, 16 metres out from goal. Comes in board, and a mark taken by Brady Ansell, 55 metres out on his left. Now, he's going to have a chance to put this high to the top of the square. He's going to take his full 30 seconds, I reckon. He is. He's lining up as if he's having a shot, but I don't think his best kick could get this. And he just puts it to the hot spot. Beautiful kick. Oh, Sanzo. Oh, he had it wrapped up in a lunchbox ready to go. But he drops what he should have taken. Teacher Gully cleared it right in front of us. It's 3-on-1. Harry Pride first to the ball. Just spills. Oh, Tiggerman at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Pride gets up and dodges and weaves. Gives the handball. Paddy Sanzo gets it back. Through 60, kicks it high to full forward. Langford and Jolly territory, and it's the situation. Spins on his right, kicks the sausage roll, and that, I think,
all over.
Is the ball game.
Yeah, too big up there, aren't they? Too big, too strong.
There you go, and just on cue there, a message from Nick's dad, Ian, just saying, good call so far today. Everyone needs a full guy. You are shit hose, but we still love you, and great entertainment, and thanks for playing my...
Well, I actually picked him by 5 goals.
Yeah, I know. We'll turn on you, and then we'll fall in love with you again about 10 p.m. tonight, mate. And look, credit to you, just quickly as well, for bringing live football to amateur league or Adelaide Footy League, whatever.
No, it's been good.
It's been being a home every Teacher Gully home game. I've loved it, mate. It's been absolutely sensational.
23 weeks this year. It's been really good. Bit of fun.
And just looking at the scoreboard really quickly, it is now Payneham 13-17. Gullies have stalled on 8-5. They've only kicked the one goal in the second half, and I think this game might be over, as you said, Ben.
And just for our listeners, last week we had 2,900 odd listeners on Mitchell, so it was great. We're getting people from all over Australia and the world. So there are people. It's not huge numbers yet, but
back to the play, Hose. It is going well as Gullies won the break, but it was marked by Ocello. Chainer Hamble ends up with Brady Ansell. Brady Ansell to Langford. He takes probably mark number 10. He'll spin around, fast footy. He'll hit up the situation, but a poor kick favours Doc Sandercock, and he'll see it out of play. Bernie, any hope left?
No, all gone now, mate. You can just see the body language. You can see the shadows on the oval getting longer and the chills coming in. And Gullies did need the first couple of goals.
In the sky,
it is 42 points.
It is, yeah. Look, and it is. We needed the first couple of goals. There was no doubt about that. But Payneham come out and showed us how to do it.
And ball up, ball one down, high free kick there in the back pocket to Teacher Gully. And look, without sounding like a fool, it's 5 goals 12 as well. It's not 7 straight goals. They've had control of the play. They've had a really good forward structure, and the twin towers of Jolly and Langford with 8 between them, 6 and 2 respectively, have done the job. Allegio, I've loved his game to Jolly. Jolly from 60 gives it a ride to the near side. Does he? He does. There's no need for that, Mr. Allegio, Mr. Penny. That won't do you any favours next week. And Nick Jolly, I think he might have kicked 2 goals 5 today.
And in keeping with the 3 games so far between them, we're only a goal separated them in 3 games. At Theberton, it's 6-7, 43 apiece at 3/4 time in that grand final. So, yeah, absolute cracker. Absolute cracker there at Theberton.
Yes. Yeah, so, I mean, if you look at Langford, as it's just in the back pocket for Teacher, look at Langford and Jolly combined now. I've got them down for 9 goals 8. That's It's a big twin tower performance. And you look at Liam Davis leading up. Sorry, mate, we should probably call the game. It's just bobbing around out there on the wing.
It's hard now that a little bit of the intensity's gone out of it, hasn't it?
Well, not if you look over at the contest. There's guys doing doggy toboggan and cartwheels and all sorts. They still want a piece of it.
It is a rush to have a Payneham grand final, is what we're saying.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the Gullies can't get back, but I'm just looking at the fashion of the runner there, the water girl there over this side here, mate. You know, he's got sort of like leggings on that see through and things like that sort of thing. So it's all fashion change too on this area too, hasn't it, for football? Now, I'm not saying the Gullies haven't got another chance to get into this game.
Yes, big shout out to Georgia Renwick. She'll watch the replay and enjoy that little mention. Of course, I think Tom Derlin's putting her away, but that remains to be. So as Gullies here they go. Through half 4 to Tiggerman. He decides it's time to go and go quickly from 50. Goes back, goes bang, and inaccurately. And if there were any chance at all, Bernie, they needed that one, and they've missed it. So it's Payneham by 41 points here at the 11.5-minute mark of the final quarter. It's Ross Trevor and Payneham next week in the grand final, you'd suggest.
It will be.
And scores a level at Theberton. Wowee. Davis up high from the kick in, down to Pride. Pride, beautiful left foot kicker. Real Gaelic football looking kick there from Harry Pride.
And you wonder the result last week that the Gullies, when Ross Trevor diced them up, you wonder if the Gullies did get through, would we have the cattle to, after a week having a rest with them, would we have the cattle to fight them anyway? So maybe Payneham are going to go in with the stronger bodies too. So the ball's right in front of us now. Jakey Hutton hasn't stopped trying all day. They're not going to let Payneham totally walk over us, so they're going to hold it up where they can.
But if at the start of the year, just look logically, Teacher Gully lost 9 or 10 blokes. They picked up 2 or 3. They probably just don't have the cattle at this point in time to win a grand final. I mean, that's probably the simplistic way to look at it. I know Gully's people don't want to hear that. But,
interesting little exchange there between Matty Nye and Alex McKay. Just letting him know a few things. As the ball spills, Jolly might be first onto it. Oh, watch out, Alex McKay. Bang! Oh, he just got jollified in a very fair tackle. And Nick Jolly, wow, he made him earn it.
Like supporters and coaching staff of all clubs.
Oh, Jolly just letting Mr. McKay know that you ducked their head and you...
Yeah, he did. A bit of fun. Bit of gamesmanship there from the two boys.
It's like you were bobbing for apples.
Yes.
Letting him know.
Oh, and they're still going at it, Jolly and
Jolly and
McKay.
Yeah, I just don't wonder how many association medal Jolly's got, that's all. But anyway, ball's been thrown back up into the air.
One.
Here's Alex McKay. He's got one, has he?
Yeah.
That's great. Well done. You've caught me there, Tommy. It comes spiralling down into our forward line here. We're going to get another touch.
Yeah.
I can imagine the sledging that's going on out there.
Yeah. He won in about 6 goal-kicking medals and 4 premierships, but not a bad resume for the big fella. But they actually don't like each other on the field. They get on fine off the field. But I've often spoken to Nick about Alex, and Alex has got plenty to say out there, so he comes back sometimes.
Chirpy little character.
He is, and he goes at it hard, so good luck to him. As they come in here, and it's centre-half forward, and we're going to have another ball up there. And there's a bit of a fight on in front of us, a bit of a dust-up, just a little bit of a pull your collar, and nothing good can come of that for Payneham. As Jolly with a big fist down to...
You think with the grand final next week, it's just time to settle down.
And someone's chanting Bulldogs, and he needs to be returned to his home, I think. Well done, mate. As Pride, big spoil here. Personos takes possession. Quick left foot kick to the wing. Looks for, maybe should, and does find...
Chad Schoenmaker's on there. Another left footer. He moves it down into the forward line. Trent on the lead. Seen enough of it in the first half, but didn't see enough of this in the second half. That leading Trent Melville's very dangerous.
And he's marked 48 metres out, and he'll have a shot in the 45-degree angle. It'd take his very best kick, but on a day like today, they've been travelling down there. They've been carrying, so he's certainly a chance.
Brimacombe's done a really good job on him.
He sure has. But you're right, Bernie. I do see it just a little bit, even in the way just Blake Penny exchanged for Clint Dow there. Beautiful kick by Melville. That's his 5th. And yeah, it's his 5th and the 9th for Tea Tree Gully. It's 9-6 plays 13-18.
Certainly Trent's done his, kept his part of the bargain, kicking 5. He can't do much more than that.
So dangerous on the lead though, Lukey, as we just saw there. Another fast lead. They got it to him, and you give him inside that 50 and outside the 50 even. He's a beautiful kick at goal, and his game was on today. So nice, well-deserved 5 goals for Trent today.
You really need in a final. We've always working on having to kick 90 to 100 points, and at the start of the day, I just couldn't see Gullies doing that.
We do need a bit of help for Trent down there, there's no doubt about it, but talking about what we were saying about before, losing those 9 players, we covered a lot of the midfield and the ruck that we lost, but we just didn't cover the back line.
Schoenmakers from the middle, streams out, maybe, you never know. They need 5 or 6 real quick ones in a row. Personos, first to the ball, wins a free kick, 40 metres out, 45-degree angle.
It's an inexperienced back line too.
Hose, I tell you, Tea Tree Gully are coming here. This could be 2 in a minute. We've still got 15 minutes to play. They need 6 goals. Stranger things have happened.
We get a bit of that experience back next year just through word of mouth.
You're not buying into my Tea Tree Gully are coming, are you?
I'll get excited when I feel it, mate. When I do.
Spectators and coaching groups, they all expect to win, right? But, when you sit back as a neutral, you can see it from the outside in, and you think, gee, this is a pretty good result from Gullies to finish third.
Oh, to the line, and it's a goal. It's a goal to Pete Personos. His first for the day.
As Tommy carries on doing the commentary, which is brilliant, Tom, you are right. To finish third this year, when the players that we lost at the time, you would have thought, gee whiz, if we can hang in there and maybe have a crack at 5th, maybe just sneak into the finals. Yeah. But the start of the first half was fantastic for the Gullies. So.
Start of the year, I thought it was like Ross Jevver and Prince Alfred. I thought, Payneham Tommy picked Payneham and Ross Jevver. I give him that.
At the start of the year?
Yeah.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah.
Hey, Tommy.
But Dylan Schoenmakers in the middle there when he got that out. How good was that? So we need that
really
again.
Good. And here we go again.
Done it again.
Schoenmakers runs, bounces. Cute little kick in board. Looks for and finds Johnny Birkin. He's 50 metres out. He'll line up. I'm telling you, boys, this game is not over.
I think it is, mate.
Shut up. I hope you're right. As the ball, he kicks to the pocket, though, doesn't have a ping, and Seymour sure to escort that over the line. Was that out in the fall?
It was an anti-climax, wasn't it, boys? I just thought Dylan was going to go right through there,
17 minutes in and still a big lead.
Speaking of anti-climaxes, big shout-out to my wife listening in hospital today. My daughters. Oh, Tommy. As the ball comes in, Dow wins it straight down. Dangerous area, but beautifully read there by Payneham. Big kick out towards half-back in the ball. Oh, Georgia Renwick, your girlfriend there, mate. Gets out of the way. Good tackle there. Strato Agarostis. Not probably his strength, but big tackle there on Uglesic.
Who's the player with the trainer?
Tom Derlin, no. Yeah. I wouldn't worry about that. All right, so Jolly in ruck. Again, I don't like it, but it's happening. It's Jolly versus Dow. And again, Hansen goes down to full forward. It's
just trying to stretch them.
Yeah, well.
They've done it all day.
Oh, Jolly strong out of the ruck. Takes it with one hand. Kicks it to half forward here. To Hansen. Hansen, his opponent, Sandico, will run away with the ball.
Well, Macca knows they're undersized down there, so he's just stretching them. Yeah.
Okay, and to Dow. Dow inboard to Stent. Stent been a bit quiet in the second half. Stent to Showermakers. Showermakers, good pressure, causes his handball to go errantly. Giannini might mop up. No. Stent gets it back. Bernie, this is yours.
Well, Stenty's got the ball. Matty Hallandale's flicked it out the back. That's a bad handball. It's gone straight into the arms of Payneham. There's Chase Bauer over there. Left-hand handball. Over to Wags the dog. Wags back to Chase Bauer. Out they come onto the centre wing. Take it, Tommy. They're your boys.
Langford on the lead. Bang. They just sizzled to him. They opened up the space. Langford's marked at 55 metres out. And he'll take a good 30 to 35 seconds to have his shot at goal here, I think. He'll line up. He's on a slight angle 55 metres out, and if there was a breeze, it certainly has dropped. There's not much happening in the trees, and Jolly's kicked one 60 metres from here. Langford might be able to kick one 55. If not, Jolly's loose in the pocket by himself. Interesting. It's a high up and under kick.
5 minutes.
And Jolly it does fall to Jolly, and he just taps it just over the line, and we'll have a ball in here for Payneham, 10 metres around from their
5
goal.
minutes into the final term at Thebarton, and it's Henley by 5 points.
Yes. Oh, and Cameron Sandercock's asking for the third umpire review for the out and the full. Vigorously displaying that one as the ball's one down, and McHale has scored it over the line, and we'll have another ball in. This plays right into Payneham's hand. I think you're right. 30 points now. 30 points down, ticking into the 20-minute mark. It'd take nothing short of a calamitous collapse by Payneham and a miracle from Tea Tree Gully. Ball one down by Jolly. Jolly wins it to a Payneham player, not sure who it was. He was tackled, ball spills. Comes out now. Another tackle, good strong tackle by Giannini at ground level on Birkin. Birkin's been tackled a lot today. He hasn't quite been able to break free as he has in some previous weeks, but you certainly can't fault his endeavour.
No, that's right, TJ, and it's deep into Payneham's area here. It's almost in their goal square, and the stack's on the mill round here, and there's
Uglesic,
Dan Uglesic, kicks the ball out of bounds into the centre.
And I noticed, Gully's got a lot of kids, obviously, they're homegrown, so they haven't got a lot of points. They can actually physically go out and get what they need now, and I'm sure they've already, like all footy clubs, have already probably spoken to 6 or 7, over the last 6 or 7 weeks, everyone starts talking, meeting.
You hear a few things, but it's about players returning to the club, which is good. They've gone and had a look somewhere else, and some guys have been on holidays and they've come back.
And you'll have to recruit as well. Yeah, so it's that summer of reflection.
Ball up, 40 metres out. We've had a couple of ball ups while the boys have been talking about recruiting, and busting out the package. Stent has a bounce, it spills. He might get it back, he doesn't. Or Cello will get it. He looks inboard, he looks backwards, he looks forwards. Now he looks to Langford. Oh, chopping in front. Good mark there by, it looks like, is it
Jamison?
Is it Jamo Bauer?
Yeah, Jamo Bauer, I reckon.
And he's marked at 45 metres out, just near the boundary. Good spot, Burn. 45 metres out. He comes inboard about 15 metres, and he hits up and finds Sanzo. Sanzo go across right to the middle, and he looks for and finds Allegio, who marks 50 metres out directly in front, and he'll just chew up another 30 seconds as well.
Well, through the midfield and that, they're right. They just need another key defender. They need another tall forward and probably another hit-up forward.
To be fair, Langford was on today, and maybe no one would have stopped him. Allegio from 55 goes bang, gives it a fair ride. It's a high kick. It's just spoilt through for a behind.
Another behind.
Yes.
Don't need a hell of a lot, as you'd say. Well, they finished third, so they don't need a lot.
I think they've been well coached this year.
He's gone the barrel. It's a huge barrel. It's gone to the centre of the ground. It's gone 90 metres. Tigerman with a quick soccer. What a play. They're going to get a goal out of
this. Bounces up. Tigerman runs across. He slipped over at the crucial moment.
Oh, yeah.
He's done his ankle.
You wouldn't read about it. He's done a heartstring. He'd be embarrassed that he missed that. Oh, the barrel to the middle of the ground, the soccer by Tigerman, runs onto it 20 metres out, bounces up into his lap, and he's had
Bernie, I'll put you up on that. I think they've been exceptionally well coached because...
Tigerman is down, a bit harsh on him. Sorry, Hose.
No, just that you can only coach what you've got with Cattle and...
Jolly to Donahue.
I think we know they're going to... With Cattle, they probably look to fourth or fifth side.
Langford.
And they're going to fish higher than expectation, so that means they've been well coached.
Jamo Bauer, back to Langford. Handball to Donahue. He's caught, wrapped up. Allegio, strong tackle, drops the ball. Should have been holding the ball. Sorry, Hose, carry on now.
No, it's just... all plaudits to Justin Michaud. I think he's done an outstanding job. You can see their game style since the start of the year, their rotations off the bench, just structures, the rolling zone defence they play, just all things that he's implemented over the summer for this year.
Jolly with a big two-handed fister. straight down to the Gullies player, wrapped up. We'll have a ball up at the 23 and a bit minute mark of the final quarter. It is Payneham by 31 points. We will have a Ross Trevor versus Payneham grand final next week at Audi Arena. Get on down. Entry's very cheap. It's only $15. Big kick by Teacher Gully. Tiggerman, his ankle's recovered. He's a messiah. He must have put some holy water on it. Alicello comes in board. Good mark there by Chase Bauer, the older of the two Bowers,
Sharks
I
by
believe.
11 points at Theberton.
He's at half back now, just chewing up a little bit of clock, and he goes across to Seymour. No one within cooey of him. He goes with a left foot kick. He looks for Richmond on the wing, right out there near the boundary line. He keeps it in, and he dodges Melville, who'll come inboard. Plenty of options. He goes down the line. Zach McKay was probably not the best of them, but he goes to him. McKay will clear now. Bernie.
Over to Huggy. Jakey Hugger's got the ball on the half-back flank, dodging and weaving. Gives it back to Zach McKay, who runs the ball out of bounds because they just ran out of options there.
24 minutes in, fellas.
Yes. Ball up, 70 metres
minutes
around.
left.
Yep. Well, there's been a few goals in this quarter. Actually, there hasn't been as many as I thought. There's been 5 goals this quarter, has there? Yes.
12 points to Henley at Theberton. And that's 10 and a half minutes into the final quarter.
Here's Matty Stent he doesn't give up. He's slipped over in the middle again, so I don't know what happened there.
I reckon he's fallen on his head then, has he?
On the cricket pitch too.
Yeah, he's okay. He's getting up. And Matthew Brinoli says, "What for, sir? What for?" Did look like he fell over his own feet, to be honest.
He did, but he slipped over. Remember, he slipped over in the third quarter by himself there. He just slipped on the ground.
He gives the handball. Oh, I thought it is play on.
Well, it's Dylan
The
Showmaker, so he'll have no problem getting around a few players, and then just a nice little dinky kick to Cam Tiggerman, who dives
the Messiah
forward onto the money. He is. He's not the Messiah, he's just a naughty boy.
He's a very naughty boy.
Now he's going to go short onto the half-forward flank. There it was, Trent Melville. Wouldn't it be nice for Trent to kick another goal to have 6 for the day? A nice bag.
That'd be nicer to win the game, but it's a little something for him.
It is absolutely. Leading goal kicker.
Yeah.
And,
Team of the year full forward. So as Matty Stent just hobbles off now, he doesn't look like he's in the best mood now, but this will bring it back to 25 points, will it? 25 points if he kicks this. 35 metres out in a slide angle. He's a beautiful kick, and he pops that straight through for his 6th. And Tea Tree Gully's 11th. It's Tea Tree Gully 11 goals 6. Payneham 13-19. One thing I will say about your constant verbal barrage about Payneham's inaccuracy, we saw it at Port District, we've seen it today. They won't beat Ross Trevor if they kick more points than goals. No, simple as that.
Just at Theberton, Michael Gordison's just gold for Henley. So 12 minutes into the final quarter, it's 18 points to Henley. They're just slightly putting a bit of a margin there now.
Yes. Would that be the Ross Trevor boys up there, do you reckon, guys, over on that one there? Probably having a bit of a look.
They were all here before.
I reckon that's Payneham over there, and there, and there.
Yeah, okay.
That looks like Gullies to me, but...
probably too. Yeah. Well, look, I'll tell you what, the Gullies haven't stopped. I mean, they're not being embarrassed here by any stretch of the imagination. No. You know, they've done some
probably
nice...
be a couple of Ross Trevor boys behind the trees with each other.
Doc Sandercock going to full forward. Why not? You know, the full back moving down there.
Yeah. Give the lad a go.
They've had an exceptional season.
Another ball up. Secondary, third ball up here. Jolly in ruck. Wins the tap, but one down. Shower makers, you can't fall either shower makers. They've both been fantastic today.
Yeah,
this is Dylan to McKay. Gets one high on the side. And he kicks a top right to us. And it's out of play. And it is Payneham, Division 1 preliminary final winners. 13-19-97. Gullies 11-6-72. A 25-point win there to Payneham. Before we get on to best players and goal kickers, I'd like to say a big thank you to the Tea Tree Gully Football Club. We called every home game here. Bar one. They backed us in early with our live calls and on Mixler, and thank you, Bernie, for your for your belief and for having the vision to realise what an opportunity is for your local supporters, your huge local supporter band, to listen if they can't make it to the ground and so forth.
Oh, look, thanks for that, TJ. And as much as I've got other things to do around the club on Saturdays, it is good fun sitting down here and learning a little bit about this sort of side of the footy. There's no doubt about that. You know,
it is a bit of fun, isn't it?
You can get tongue-tied and lose a few things, but you know, you do get to watch the game and have those critical looks at it. That's for sure. So thanks for your support and help and me enjoying that sort of side of it too.
I've loved it.
And you're trying to paint a word picture for, say, 2,000 or 3,000 people who get some enjoyment out of it on Saturday. So yeah, it's a bit of fun.
Thank you very much, Bernie, and all the best. And go have a few froths, mate, and drown the sorrows. All right, Hose. Better players and goal kickers. We'll start on the Payneham side. I'm not sure if I've missed any or not. I don't think I have. So Langford with 6, Jolly with 3, probably 3 goals, 5 as well. Ansell with 1, Wagner with 1, Paul Lowe with 1, Strato Agorostis with 1. For Tea Tree Gully, it was Melville with 6. Both Shoremakers kicked 1, Persinos, Birkin and Stent with 1. Give me your best players at Tea Tree Gully. I'll give you my best players for Payneham.
I thought Daniel Uglisic, these are not in any particular order, but I thought he did a pretty good job on Strato Agorastis. He really locked him down, and Strato didn't have any great influence at all. But he probably had 6 or 7 exertions to one goal. Both Shoremakers, Dylan and Chad, both battled pretty well. Pete Persinos, Strato, he really tried hard. Blake Penny and Ruck, obviously Trent Melville, he slotted 6. He's clearly their best. Not much else, you would say, just a little bit quieter on the day. So yeah, Jake Hogarth across the last line. I think he's everyone's favourite defender. He puts in well puts in hard every week. Gives 100%. Yeah.
Yep. Look, for Payneham in their great win. Look, Langford I think was a standout with 6 goals, and Jolly with 3 was very good. Just giving us a little fist pump there. The big situation, and big shout out to the old man again who'd be listening. I thought Aleggio was by far Payneham's best midfielder as they just
he was fantastic, wasn't he?
Yeah, I thought probably best man on ground for me, Aleggio.
Over the last month I've seen Aleggio, he's been fantastic.
Yep. Is certainly the best man on the ground in the first goal was Donahue, but he's a bit quiet after that. Brimacombe, who you'd have to say he'd be around the best players, the most important players on the ground, because he turned the game by neutralising Melville. Yep. Mac Haynes as well I thought was fantastic. Now he might not make the best players, but as a defender who did his job, huge. And it's interesting when that's my top 5.
Paul Lowe gave some good run.
Yeah, he did. Probably only had 10-12 touches though.
Yeah.
Aleggio the only midfielder to get in there for me, and Jolly obviously played a bit of midfield as well. So it just goes to show, Langford really was very good. The bookends were controlled by Payneham in the end. Of course, you mentioned Melville. He had to be in the top probably the top 5 players on the ground if you took both teams into account.
Oh, yeah.
But for apart from him, maybe Shoremakers, you wouldn't probably have any other Tea Tree Gully player in the top 5.
No, Langford probably best man on the ground. Langford probably best on ground, followed by Aleggio, probably Melville. They're probably my 3 best on the ground.
Yep.
For the day, thought Jonathan Giannini didn't have a great day. Strato Agorastis has got a lot. Thought Joshy Donahue, especially that first half, was really, really good. Matthew Brinoli's still got a bit to offer. Pierce Seymour on the wing.
Pierce Seymour on the wing, certainly not at fullback, but certainly on the wing did a great job. Where he's going to line up next week is anyone's guess. Jamison Bauer, was serviceable. Tommy Wagner. Dylan Orcello a little bit quieter today than I've seen him. Yeah, he had a very quiet game, which is probably a good sign for Payneham. Just didn't quite...
Liam Davis also quite quiet.
Liam was quiet. I just think Tea Tree Gully made a conscientious effort not to kick it to Orcello, to his contest, so he just wasn't in the game. Probably only took 3 or 4 marks for the day. Normally takes 10 to 12.
They could only shut down 2 though. They didn't have the big man strength to shut down all 3, did they? So they managed to get Davis, but Jolly kicked 3 and Langford kicked 6. If they they just didn't have it. They just one man short back there all day, weren't they?
Yeah, and look, one great thing for Gary McIntosh and the Payneham Footy Club is they've got certainly some flexibility in what they can do if things don't go right, and that flexibility is brought to you with Tyler Brimacombe, who can play back, forward or middle, a real important utility. Same with Pierce Seymour, certainly can play down back, up forward or in the middle of the ground on a wing or on the ball. Harry Pride probably another one just like that. But and there's plenty of on-ball talent at Payneham this year, so look, the on-ball battle next week's going to be huge with Craig Holm, Willem O'Malley, considered, well, he was the Div 1 medalist this year, up against the likes of Brinoli, Donahue and Ansell. So it'll be a really, really interesting matchup. The battle in ruck will be important next week, but it's a matter of can one of these fire, which forward will fire next week? Will it be Heath Kemain or Michael Code from Ross Trevor? Will Ross Trevor need to move Michael Code to defence to perhaps take a Tom Langford? That's
also Ross Trevor have those 3 or 4 big tools up there as well. So who's going to look after Denham? And they've got Heath Kemain. They might roll Code forward. I mean, it's going to. I think both sides match up pretty well on one another, though.
Mick. Just quickly, Luke Hosey. We've got the Division 7 Premiership Assistant Coach. Just quickly, we've got plenty of 2,500 listeners out here, Mick. Sure. Tell us, how did it feel to win the Premiership for Adelaide Lutheran this year?
Sensational. Absolutely brilliant. Well-deserved. I'm not sure whether Div 7 got the best press in the world, but that's okay. That's fine. The grand final was of quality, and it was fantastic to win it.
Now, we tried to get you on the show all year. How much do we have to pay you to get you back on the SA Footballer TV network?
It's basically a cab charge from Lobethal to the Portland Hotel and a relief teacher to take my class for the last hour, and then put me in and then take me down, and then an alibi for the wife too, which would be fantastic. Just a distraction. Yes. And then babysitting for the kids. So not much.
Nice. And how did Kim pull up after the celebrations? He's a bit of a teetotaler, I think, but I'm sure he had a fair crack, Coach Kim Hillard.
He's still going. He's still.